Hey folks, welcome back to Canada's Boxing Channel. I hope everyone's doing well. I'm speaking to you from sunny California. We are working our way from San Francisco down to Los Angeles along the coast. Some beautiful scenery. Anyways, to boxing. Today, Britain's Dave Allen took on Canada's, via Russia, Canada's Arslanbeck Makhmudov, who boxes out of Quebec. In a preview, I had said how much I was hoping that Dave Allen would win, but I was thinking that Makhmudov might be a bridge too far. And in fact, yes, Makhmudov was a bridge too far. A good fight, nevertheless. Went the full distance, 12 rounds, but very wide on the scorecards, and in my view, deservedly so. Interestingly, just as an aside, Arslanbeck Makhmudov said he'd never heard of Dave Allen when he signed for this fight. And that might explain Makhmudov's game plan. Because Makhmudov came out of the blocks as though he was intent on an early stoppage of Dave Allen. And I think anybody who studied Dave Allen would say many things about him. But one of the things they wouldn't say is that he is the kind of fellow who can be stopped early. I think it would take somebody of more skill and more power, if such a thing exists, than Makhmudov to stop Dave Allen, who has got one of the hardest heads in boxing. Anyways, Makhmudov started off that way, and Dave Allen weathered the storm reasonably well. But Makhmudov, I think, showed a few things. He showed that Dave Allen had to get in close, and he was able to keep Dave Allen off most of the time. He demonstrated the importance of a jab. And at around the midway point of the fight, Makhmudov also demonstrated boxing skill, which I think a lot of us thought that maybe he didn't have. Dave Allen put Makhmudov on the back foot at times, and Makhmudov was okay with it. But most of the time, Makhmudov kept Allen at distance, landed some absolutely devastating blows, and Dave Allen plodded around the ring trying to get in close. Dave Allen also fought a little bit dirty at times. There were a couple of low blows that, they were intentional low blows. Steve Gray, the referee, eventually, was warning Dave Allen not to do that. But the person who had the points deducted was the hapless Arslanbeck Makhmudov, who had points deducted for holding on, which, yes, it probably was excessive. But I did feel, to be perfectly honest, that there was a little bit of home cooking going on, trying to give Dave Allen a little bit of an advantage. But, I mean, you can't argue with any of the cards. Really and truly, Makhmudov was the better fighter on the night. Could Dave Allen have done better? Should we be disappointed in Dave Allen? I'm disappointed he lost, don't get me wrong. But he fought very much like Dave Allen often fights. And the biggest problem, as I saw it, is that Dave Allen's output was not what you would expect. And I don't think it's fitness. I think there's a couple of things going on. Dave Allen is really essentially a sparring partner, and he is a very frustrating fighter to fight. But he fights a bit like a sparring partner, if you know what I mean. He makes it very difficult for his opponent to put him away, but he fights like a sparring partner. He's really reached that a level. From going forward, what can Dave Allen do? I don't think he should retire. He's 33, so I think he's got a couple of years left. A gatekeeper type fellow, fringe world level type guy who, if you can get past Dave Allen, then you can demonstrate that you are a contender. Could Dave Allen win a British title? Well, it depends against who, right? Can he beat Fraser Clark? I don't actually think so. Could he beat Jamie TKV? Tough. Could he beat a David Adelaide? Again, he could get a British title, but I don't think it would be a shoo-in for a British title. It would have to be well matched. But there's no reason why he can't stay fighting for another couple of years at this sort of level and provide entertainment for the fans. What does Arslanbeck Makhmudov do? Well, Makhmudov has got AJ in his sights. Would that be something that AJ would contemplate? Is that the type of comeback fight that AJ wants? Personally, I don't think so. I think AJ is going to try to preserve himself because AJ is terrified of taking a loss. And of course, if he does take a loss, there goes any possibility of fighting Tyson Fury. Makhmudov, however, even if he doesn't get to the payday that AJ would bring, Makhmudov could be in with the likes of a Hrgovic, a Zhang, maybe Deontay Wilder. Deontay Wilder's talking about coming back, says he's got something signed for January, but he hasn't spoken about whom. So Makhmudov has got options. The problem with Makhmudov is he's 36. Makhmudov's only got a couple of years left, and honestly, I'm not seeing world honors for a guy like Makhmudov either. Limited fighter, just he was the better man tonight, or today rather, but a limited fighter as well. However, they put an entertaining show on. There were a few little sort of things, niggly things you could sort of complain about, like when Makhmudov lost his gum shield, and that could have been handled more expeditiously to allow the fight to continue. But really and truly, at the end of the piece, it not much matters. Dave Allen was not going to be able to stop Makhmudov. Makhmudov, probably to Makhmudov's great surprise, wasn't going to be able to stop Dave Allen. And Makhmudov did more than enough, even with the points deduction, to get the victory. So a well-deserved, the right man won. I'm a little disappointed, but at the end of the day, as long as they both go home to their families, they provided us with entertainment, and we've got nothing to complain about. So that's all from me. I'll catch you maybe in a few days' time if there's anything, of burning interest to talk about. If not, normal service will resume when my vacation is over. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Cheers. Bye-bye.